All right, welcome to Smokey Reacts. I'm your boy journalist, and on this one, told you it was gonna be a messy day. So, day after my birthday, Kusha decided to expose the pin game folks and their mismanagement and handling of, we'll say, anything that has to do with female safety and protecting black women. But they were quick to fire Ginger J. So they're talking on both sides of their mouth because of another situation that she happened to expose, which was her dealings with Candy. Well, now Candy has his 2 cents and says that he's going to explain everything in full. I've spoken to Candy, spoken to Ambu. I don't speak with Kusha, so can't really get her side of it. And she's got something she want to tell me directly, so I can cover it on here, so we can get the full scope of all this shit that's going on. Cool, but I'm not gonna be here to help anybody paint any narratives. So just like I told Candy, and just like I told Ambu, I'm gonna cover the facts, say what the fuck I have to say about it, and then y'all can make y'all opinions based off of that. So if I find that Candy did not include any of the information that Kusha put onto her Instagram that was sent to me on her stories, I have that I recorded it on my phone, and I will add this into this video. But if everything that I seen her put on her Instagram up until now, recording this video, if I see all that inside of here, then I have all the information that I need to have to be able to make my points. But just to be fair, that's exactly how I'm doing that. I'm not playing no favorites. So even though fuck with Kenny, it's my guy. Nigga, if you's moving wicked, I'm calling you out on that shit. Kusha, if you moving wicked, I'm calling you out on your bullshit. I'm here to play no favorites. I'm just calling the bullshit as I see it. As that has been said, thank you guys very much for joining me. If you like more shit like this and it's your first time here, pull up, hit that sub button. If you already been subbing to the boy, shout out to you. Some of y'all have already reached out to me to make this video. Shout out to you specifically. You know who you are. But yeah, thank you for joining me. Please hit that like, subscribe, all that good stuff. And yeah, let's get into this and see what this got. I got something to promote that I just don't feel comfortable promoting on this video because we're being adults. I'll also just say that this stuff is so much easier to deal with, but I don't know why people keep getting themselves in these situations, be it Pen Game as a platform or whoever. Because stuff I heard on Kusha's stuff, you removed me from the group. I'm not even gonna cover it. I'm not. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait. So let's get into it. Let's get into it.
What's going on today, my people? It's a different kind of video today because, I don't like being serious. I don't like making these type of videos. But when people are actively trying to lie and slander you, then we gotta get techie. So let's break it down. What's happened? What's going on? Right. In September.
Before we do any of that, my brother, this nigga's a demonic individual. How are you still using the white mode on the internet? Why is you sitting on dark mode? That shit look crazy. Is it just me that judges people for not using dark mode on their phones and their devices and like the internet? Why does it look like this?
September of last year.
All right, go ahead and get into your shit now. I'm sorry.
What's happened?
Sorry.
What's going on? Right. In September of last year, me and Kusha were in some sort of relationship type. I like to call it a teamy relationship because it was not real, as she likes to say. Right. That relationship was basically her using me for money, using me for things, trying to, get as much out of me as she could. This is retrospectively, but looking back, that's definitely what it was. That relationship ended a couple of days after my birthday. And the situation was, it ended. We had the pen game photo shoot, and then we had a pen game battle. So, on the pen game photo shoot, so the day after we've stopped speaking, right, she's then gone and left with another member of the pen game cast, right, gone home with them. I won't say who, but that's what happened, right? The day after that, I come to pen game. I've brought a girl with me, and I've told everyone that's my girlfriend, right? Because no one can outgame Kandi. Kandi knows where it is. No one's gonna be,
I'm just saying also, you don't know when the fuck your birthday is. So you're providing a linear timeline, but nothing that we can use to date verify anything because we don't know when your birthday is. So I would just say in the future, anybody that's caught in these situations, if you're gonna say these things, write down a little bit more what you want to say so you have a linear timeline that you can work through so you can be like on this date da 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 da, because this is where I find is a nigga who's been caught cheating enough, The way that the facts have been presented to me and why I've tried to lie and then the lie don't work, don't make no sense, and the math don't math is because Shorty knew on March 7th, 2017 at fucking 4:45 p.m. at this geolocation with the GPS coordinates, I was with Demeter. All right. How does one lie after that? Like, it's so concrete that like you can't forget the information and you can't get around the information. You must meet the information at where it's at. So I would suggest anybody caught in these situations, or if Kenny makes a further response video, because I've heard Kusha's making a response video to this, come with the dates and make a timeline so we can look visually, because keeping all this information in our head is not going to be helpful. Also, leave out the I'm gaming, she's gaming, can't nobody outgame me shit. It's not going to be helpful in public discourse. It doesn't make you look better. It only helps you score a point. And right now, when your name is in the fire, we're not here to score points. We're trying to end the game. And how you end the game is by being the bigger person while also providing the most cogent information that somebody can look at and be like, cool, 1 + 1 = 2, and that nigga equals 2. That's what you got to do.
Because no one can outgame Kandi. Kandi knows where it is. No one's gonna be, you've taken bare money off me, and really and truly you're just a bop now. Like, I can see it now. But anyway, that situation then culminated where we fell out. Then we said we'd be civil, right? And civil to me means something different to her, clearly, because civil means, you say hi, you say bye, you don't really communicate with each other in any capacity, right? So I came to an event, I said hi to everyone, wagwan, I said hi to Kusha. She made a big deal out of not saying hi to me, made a big deal out of everyone was like, what's going on? So I was like, why are you bugging? Type of thing, like, what's going on? Right. That then culminated into another issue, right? She wanted to, do things and act like a bop and was annoyed when people were calling it out, i.e. me, right? So
I'm gonna have to call the shit up when I see it, but I'm also trying to help you niggas and people that get into these situations. Y'all can feel how y'all want, but when you are on the public stage, can't use any of the slut shaming terms. Shorty can do whatever the fuck she want to do with her body. We don't have any right or reason to say anything about that. We can feel how we feel, but I can't call her a slut. I can't call her a slag. I can't call her a bop. It detracts from the overall point that you're saying, and to a person that already does not like you, you're giving them extra ammunition to be like, all right, look at this misogynist calling her a bop. She must be right about this nigga. He's doing XYZ thing. You just make it easier for people to not hear you when you use language like this. You can't use this kind of language. You need to sterilize all of your individual feelings and only present the facts, because everybody's watching this is only watching because they got feelings. They feel a certain way about you, or they feel a certain way about this topic, or they feel like they want to know the information. But everybody's come here with their feelings, but you need to provide none of your own. So using the term bop is it's not conducive to the conversation you're trying to have.
After that, right, what happened is she's then decided to go on live and all of these places since May and saying I abuse women, right? Saying I beat up girls, all of this lies, right? Now, let me address the first comment, right? This whole thing about me beating up girls, beating up women, right? I was in a fight in a nightclub, right? I was being attacked. I was fighting one guy and they had a big group of them, right? And I was getting attacked. This girl comes in, spits in my face and punches me, right? I push her, right? Very clearly, you can see on the video, I push her and she falls, right? That's me beating up a girl, right? Anyway, we continue, right? So she's been talking and calling me abusive, all of these things, lies, right? So let's just firstly click on, see what she has to say, right? I've left Pen Game due to events taking place on Pen Game and kicked off Gender Day to protect black women. He left Kandi on the platform while defending his actions are harmful to women of colour as well as women in general. When it came to my white counterparts, we faced the same issue on a smaller scale. The issues resolved by Pen Game instantly kicking people who caused these issues, right? This is not true, innit? Like, they've tried to protect, like, they've gone over and above by kicking off Ginger J, who's so, you know what I mean. From Kandi alone over the course.
A little heavy-handed kicking off Ginger J. Why you're gonna let somebody battle rap? You let Karma say what he said about Shorty. Like, my nigga Ginger J did jump out the window, and I'm not saying Jay is right about anything. I'll be sure to do the Black Chat video. I've been having a lot going on, so anybody still cares, there will be a Ginger J video coming and everything. He jumped out the window, but like, a little heavy-handed. It's a little heavy-handed.
Of 8 months, I faced discrimination, threats, defamation of character, harassment, and physical danger. When? When did that happen? Right? Because all of her screenshots, so we'll get to this, but all of her screenshots she posted were not, there was nothing of me calling her bear, there was nothing of me, like, all of this time, like, it was just, like, relationship type arguments out of context. And then she's saying, look at this. We'll get to it. We'll go through the screenshots individually as we address hers.
I would like to see the discrimination, threats, defamation of character, harassment, and physical danger. Because physical danger, in all the things I've seen before making this video, I've seen not a single instance of her being spoken to or somebody alluding to her being in physical danger. Also, harassment, we'll deal with that when we get to the screenshots. Defamation of character, where has this happened? This video that he's making could be considered defamation, but he is bringing in the facts, so I don't know if it could really be considered defamation. I don't think that's how that works, but defamation and libel in the UK may not work how it works in America, so I don't know how strict or how loose that law works over here. And also, a lot of times, just like how people use gaslighting or these buzzwords, a lot of times people use the words they don't actually know the definition too. So, don't know. Like, people hear some shit and they be like, oh, that fits. And it's like, actually, I was slander. It wasn't defamation. So, you got to know what the fuck you're talking about before you start using the shit.
So
also, discrimination and threats. When did these happen? Like, I've seen no receipts on these things.
Our screenshots as we're going, we'll put ours on the screen on the right, and you'll see it, right? Swipe for page 2. Let's see.
And they all took it personally. How do you have to, like, you took it personal?
Me talking about how the fact that they all got upset, right, in the Ginger J situation, I saw that they all got upset, right, because he said he didn't wanna, what's it called? He said he didn't wanna fuck them, right? And they were like, oh yeah, that's, like, for me, I don't feel like that Ginger J situation was as.
This is where being a part of the community versus being in the community is where I find there to be this disconnect. And not just with Kandi, but when I see people that aren't of the community find issue or be like, but like, why did the black girls get upset when he's not talking about them directly? But even if he was talking about them, so what? It doesn't really matter. And it's more so, it's just a continuation of bullshit being dumped on these group of women that they didn't ask for, nor if that's how you felt, you didn't have to share that opinion. Go live your life how you're living it. But Ginger J, from my experience of that moment and clip that I've seen, he articulated a point that is ignorant and reductive and actually is really stupid, because he has an experience with the amount of black women he's ever come in contact with. So when he's like, black women don't know how to listen or stay in your fucking place, that's the black women that you've seen. And then also with the way that you view the world. So you think of that, but like, you've not dealt with every black woman. So to come out of your fucking mouth and say, oh, but black women don't know how to listen or stay in their fucking place, nigga, you've not dealt with them all. You are a fucking idiot for saying that shit. And now, look at your pocket. Look at the shit you lost. The world showed you there's consequences. You don't fully always get the consequences of shitting on black women, but that's a time where he's had to pay for that shit. And black women have to deal with the layer of something that other women don't have to deal with, which is called misogynoir. Because they have this extra layer of shit they have to deal with while being on the side of the patriarchy and shit like that, they're seeing and having to deal with the level of oppression that most people will never see. So when they hear some shit like that, that's why them collectively, they get up in arms and it raises their back. This is something that I've had to learn from having my daughter and seeing the world I was going to send her out in, and then also just realizing I used to participate in doing a lot of this shit. So this is why I'm very measured in the shit that I say now, or I can see why these women are getting upset. It's not just because they want to be upset, not like like a nigga. Nigga, you're just another motherfucker doing the same shit that everybody else is, and don't want to actively engage with what I have to deal with. And to do so means that you have to see a world that you never had to view. It's like being able to see platform 9 3/4. If you can't see it, you can't go to Hogwarts. So we can't even have a discussion about motherfucking butterbeer. Because nigga, you'll never know what that's like because you can't see the fucking platform. You're a goddamn muggle. Like, this is the problem with this particular portion of it. So I get why he may not understand this, but this is also comes from a person who I've had to do so much growing and learning that I can see why they're upset by this. But this is one of the things, my nigga, just take this one on the chin. Let this one go. This is not the fight you're trying to win. She's trying to get you to engage with this so you can get painted with the same brush. And you're making it fucking easy by giggling and doing all the shit that you're doing. You're not helping your case for this part of it. Because the real issue is the other shit. But this is the distraction. So they'll pay attention to the other thing. And they already hate you for this distraction. So it's easy to believe the other thing. This is, gotta be lighter on your feet. Gotta be quicker than that. Gotta be quicker than that.
As big of a deal as they made it out to be. I will say he shouldn't have attacked the black girls based on their character, right? Like, about what makes them black, right? But other than that, I don't think, like, they were definitely being very rude, very disrespectful. It was not this kind of, he was being rude.
Don't attack nobody for nothing. Attack their ideas. That's where you win the fight. You can't attack nobody for nothing. If they were being rude and all that shit, cool. But have you not watched Black Chat before? What you talking about? It's damn near battle rapping that bitch. Get your shit off, and you better be able to fucking articulate your point, because if not, somebody's gonna say some wild shit.
To them, and they were doing nothing wrong. Like, that was all chucked up in the air. Management of wish.
I just gotta be honest. I gotta be honest. It's smart for you not to play it, but most of the people have seen the full video of what CUCHA said. So you can have more of a transparency look on your side as well. You need to play the full clip, not the explanation of what you were saying in the clip, because you need us to see the information and then for you to explain your position. Because you do say some shit about wigs, and I'm not trying to drag it. I just gotta be fully fair and transparent. And I'm watching your video, so I have to just keep it 100. You say some shit about wigs that was also a little suspect in the fucking clip that she had that you moved on from. Just to make sure everybody has all the facts.
Kandi's harmful behavior towards was recently. I spoke recently of TikTok. All right, okay. Sorry. Management have witnessed Kandi's harmful behavior in person, despite choosing not to intervene. Other artists on the platform called him behavior to me. As of recently, I spoke to the first time. You didn't speak for the first time. Recently, you've been doing this since May. There's evidence you've been doing this since May. I spoke recently for the first time. What? Like, how? When's recently, blood? Throughout these months, they tried to minimize the station and hold Kandi accountable. The voice notes play. So them trying to minimize the situation was they didn't give me a battle for 6 months, right? They were constantly on my case. I couldn't say anything about her, right, on any social media platform, right? That was me, and she was allowed to talk about me as much as she wanted, right? So this is what she's talking about, right? But we're gonna go for it. I joined pay.
This is how I know this nigga's upset. Stepping over the platform looking like a bunch of dickheads to get to wanting to address everything that she has to say. You need to let us hear the voice note of old boy who the fuck ever runs the group chat talking about, I've taken you out of the group chat to protect you. Because that's his way of protecting you. Instead of holding the people in the group chat accountable because we're fucking adults. You don't take the girl out of the thing because the niggas don't know how to act. You take the niggas out. If the niggas ain't acting right, you don't take her out of it. Like, what the fuck are you doing? It's like when we were in middle school and little girls started wearing spaghetti straps and shit like that. And the principal was like, oh, like, the boys can't concentrate, so she can't wear that to class. It's like, no, this is when you teach that little boy to how to fucking concentrate and have some fucking self-respect and have respect for others. Just because this little girl has spaghetti straps on, it's fucking about to be summertime. Oh, he can't concentrate? Nigga, learn how to pay attention. Focus on your schoolwork. Don't demonize the little girl's outfit just because the little boy can't fucking pay attention. Like, people need to learn how to have self-restraint and control. Like, and you removing the thing that you consider to be the issue instead of having a teachable moment, You make things worse and create a worse dynamic. And you've stepped over us hearing them say that stupid shit and creating that dynamic to address her next slide. Gotta slow down. You gotta slow down.
Yeah, right. I'm sure in Pen Game Rap would have showcased talent and other women to put themselves out there. All you've put out there, Kusha, is your fanny. All you've put out there. You've had a go on me.
My brother in Christ. You can't go for the slut shaming angle. Like, cool. She put her fanny out there. It's her fanny to do with as she pleases. You cannot slut shame her. Her sexual agency is her agency. And she can use it however you like. You may not like it. I may not like it. Doesn't matter. I'm not even saying I don't like it. Our opinion on it does not matter and is not valid, and is really not valid in this particular situation. This is not a good angle. This is not a good angle.
All you've put out there, Kusha, is your fanny. All you've put out there. You've had a go on me. You've tried to have a go on JC. You've had a go on Scams. You had a go on Karma. You tried to have a go on Shy Blue. This is all in like 4 or 5. Bro, you're a sket. Like, give it a rest. So right, now we've gone through that. Let's go through the story. Right?
This nigga need angels.
Now let's go through the story. Right. So this is in December. Right. So we've already stopped talking. Right. Don't call me that. I hate you. Tasty. Yes. Like, right. So.
All right. So she's green. He's gray. Okay. Morning, babe. Don't call me that. Good morning. But yo, I read that. I was like, well, nigga, I don't know what kind of chat this is. That the size chicken bipper. That's what is we doing with that one? That was crazy. I hate you, Tasty. All right, so she video called you, and then you said a wild one, bro. Cap my mom, would you come court? Why is this part of our lexicon or language? What are we doing here? What are we doing here, my nigga? Look, Mints, what are we doing?
She's saying she hates me, right? But we were on a 4-minute video call the day before, right? So make that. But we were on.
My nigga, you were fighting the wrong fights. You was just on a 10-minute video call with her. Why do you care about 4 minutes when you got a 10-minute one right before the crazy sentence that everybody's paying attention to? Don't nobody give a fuck about you saying good morning and not being told about that. You said you might cap your moms and when she come to court, you seem like a wild nigga. But she was just on a 10-minute video call with you. Why is she spending 10 minutes on the phone call with a person that she doesn't want to spend any time with? Why are we doing this? Explain that.
On a 4-minute video call the day before, right? So make that make sense. Firstly, right? You still have me unblocked on everything. You don't have me blocked on TikTok. Don't have me blocked on Instagram. Why? If I'm harassing you, why don't you have me blocked on these things? Right? Let's see this. Why
are you being? Man, this is many strings of text. Looking crazy. I don't know why you get the Vodafone miss one call shit either. I don't know what that's from.
are you being rude to me? Are you bad? Are you okay in the head? Like, this is clearly like me being jokey. She's trying to make it like I'm serious. I'm clearly being, oh, why are you being rude? Are you bad? Are you okay in the head?
I'm keeping 100. That's how I know I'm old. Using Instagram on the computer, I didn't know that you could press the little play button at the top to pause it so you don't have to hold the screen.
Like, do you know what I mean? This is at 3 o'clock. Like, I'm clearly having, like, the type of conversations we have, you'll see in a second, right? This is what I mean. Morning, Stinky. Morning, my love. How you, baby?
Good evidence. Good evidence. I'm trying to counsel niggas on how to combat this shit if you ever have to deal with this shit. Go through all of her facts first and then show the dynamic of what you two truly had. Because we still think, because you're going to show some other text messages that are going to make people think a certain way. So, show all her shit, speak about all her shit, and then show us how the actual dynamic of the relationship was going. Because that's why I had to reach out to you and Ambu yesterday, because I seen her shit, And then I seen the messages you sent to me. And then I seen the Ambu message about the mom situation. After seeing her shit, I thought this nigga looked mental. Mental as fuck. Still kind of mental, but that's just Kandi. Then I seen how she was messaging my nigga from the messages they had between each other. And I was just like, so there's more to this situation than this nigga was just up your ass trying to fucking flirt with you and shit. You two had a relationship and a dynamic that you felt very comfortable with this nigga, and now it has turned vindictive in some sort of way. And I don't know why, but that's where we're at. So let's go through this nigga shit now.
I look and feel like deaf you. I look sexy and feel sexy. MBN, I don't know what that stands for. She's like, what you doing? Press ups, okay. Like, I'm getting my hair done. Like, talking normal. Like, then we were talking about, okay, then we're saying, oh, let's like start our own business. Let's do stuff like, because she wanted to go on holiday.
Also, let's remember now that the green chats now are CUCHA on the right and he's on the left. So now this is where it gets wicked. It gets wicked. Because now she's the one that's sending extra messages and he's got the one-liners. This is why I'm like, oh, the shit flips. Like, what is going on?
I was saying, yeah, cool, let's go on holiday, right? So she's saying, yes, let's go on holiday together. We can talk about it. I know, baby. Like, she wants...
Am I tripping? Nah, because he's gray on the left. And then she's got to be what's it called? Because it's his phone now. So Nah, I'm tripping. Okay, so am I? What the fuck is going on? Yeah, he has to be what's it called? He has to be gray now. If those are the messages that he's getting from her. No, she's still gray. Never mind, I'm tripping. How the fuck is this working? How is he gray on hers, but not gray, but he's gray on his? Doesn't it flip?
She wanted a bigger apartment, like, so we're saying like, yeah, we want more than one room, because I had a one room like flat, like it's all one room. So yeah. Then we've got like this one, sorry, was cooking, baby, you done my love, not yet, okay, baby. And then I only had 4 cigarettes, I was trying to cut down, right? Not anymore, trying to cut down though, right? Proud of you, baby, should have kept up, yeah, like, good job, like, be proud of yourself, like, not harassment type messages, right? Then let's go again. We'll go through more screenshots, right? Then we're gonna go to this is at 4:15 in the morning. Fuck's sake. She says, babe. I said, yes, babe. I said, I think I like you, but also I like, hold on, English wasn't my first language. Like, basically, actually, it's not like it's not, I think, realistically, but like, wait, I don't know, my brain hurts, I'm gonna get water, right? So she's trying to say, oh, I like you. I really think I'm like, you know what I mean? Trying to build this narrative. And you're thinking, wait, why though? Why is she trying to do this if that's not the case, right? You said you were only in a 2-week trial with Kandi. What's going on? How can he be harassing you? Like, what's going on? So as you can see, a lot of these harassment messages are messages of people who are arguing in a relationship or whatever, right? And taken out of context, right? And I keep saying relationship. It wasn't Timu relationship, bro. Being used for money. That's it, and we're gonna get to that. We'll get to that in a second. We'll get to the voice notes. Give me 1 second, guys. Bear with me, right? So she was like, so then we're gonna go to a difference quickly. And then I said, okay, it's 5 in the morning, 5:45 in the morning. She's messaging me, right? Night, I miss you too, bitch. Actually, you probably fell asleep. Let's do it again. Let's do that again.
Boys, we gotta stop this. Why are we using this terminology with our girl? Like, I get it, it's me and my bitch. Like, I get it, but like, actually directly with shorty, that's aggressive work. That's wicked works.
Good morning, baby. Have a good day. Wake me up. Do you know what time it is? Update. I'm on my period, so hopefully all that BS can leave my body today. And at least it's before Halloween, so I can wear my hoochie outfit, right? And then she's saying, oh, then the next message.
This is where I'm just like, I've been in so many relationships and fucked this so many times. I could just tell this nigga does not know how to argue when you are arguing with the woman. She done told you she's on her period. She's sharing this level of personal information with you, but also calling you a harasser. Can these two things be true? Yes, the fuck they can. So let's not act like they can't be. But we can't also let her sell this like we was never nothing. because you're sharing very personal information with the person. Clearly, there was a deeper connection of some sort, friendship, relationship, whatever it is. The nigga wasn't always stalking you or stalking you at all. So I'm not saying he wasn't stalking you at all, but like clearly the narrative you're trying to print is not the narrative that is actually true to the dynamic that you two shared behind closed doors in each other's phones. Also, this is why I'm telling this nigga with dates, timelines. That's it. But also, show the full chat thread. Like, the whole thing from start to finish. Make a screen recording. Go through the whole thing so motherfuckers can print, or what's it called? We can pause that bitch and we can see what's actually going on, because that's the best way to do it. It's like, oh, cool, you think I'm crazy? See everything we've ever spoken about. Now, how does it look? Do I really seem like a person who was doing these things? Or does it seem like a person has decided to take a couple text messages from certain days where we weren't really communicating and put their narrative around it and put a little spin doctor, and now I look crazy? Like, you gotta really do it. You gotta come with all the facts. It's like it's a good court case. It's not what you fucking have in evidence, but what you can prove. And what we can prove right now is shit was a little deeper than just this nigga's weirdness on the left side of the screen.
Are you okay? Clearly not. No kiss. Oh, hell no. And you are up after that. You're lucky I don't have cramps today. Anyway, good morning, my love. Hope you have a good day. Right? So again, this is not someone you're in a 2-week trial with. This is not someone who you're, just talking to or whatever, and then he couldn't handle rejection, right? You've lied. You've lied maliciously multiple times, right? But let's keep going, right? So, again, good night, hon. Babe, just got home. Appreciate you. Good night, my love. Sleep well. And I know I'm sexy, but try not to dream about me all night, right? So again, this doesn't sound like someone who's given someone a 2-week trial, because this space of messages is from October to the beginning of October to the end of November, right? And even into December, right? So when did that happen? What's going on, right? And it's not all of that caliber, right? But again, wasn't harassment, wasn't anything unfair. So again, we're gonna go to the more recent ones, right? And this is the most recent I've had personal contact with her. That's not me talking on live, right? So this is on January 22nd, right? Now bear in mind, she's saying from the 23rd of December, she's saying I've been harassing me, right? Or overstepping boundaries. Say January 22nd, hey, sorry for being mean, it's okay, it wasn't on purpose, I know, but still. And I said, I appreciate you, Smelly, right? Then she said, we're talking again January. I was like, you okay? Because I had a bad day. And I was like, yeah, why, what happened? Too much. I said, I'll call when I'm back from my shop. And she said, okay, cool, talk, cool. And we had a 24-minute conversation. So this is January 24th. So if I'm harassing you, why are you helping me with my problems? Why are you trying to paint a picture that isn't true, right? This is in February 2nd now. We'll put this one, we're putting all of these on the screen, I'm assuming, as I'm saying them, right? So, watching it now, love. You're so funny. It's February 2nd, bear in mind now. This is 2 months after she's put this, right? Watching it now, you're so funny. I don't want them to say I'm an artist from here or there.
You finally showed up to the fight. February 2nd, 2025. December 23rd, 2024. He's creepy and stalkers. Watching it now, love, you're so funny. How is this the same? And I'm all for, like, being spun up and, like, I've been victimized and all that shit. I'm all for that. But that's not what the narrative that Shorty produced to us in the beginning. Because when you produce a narrative of a nigga crazy, you need to tell us that he had you doing shit that was outside of yourself. Not he was annoying me and he was a fucking midgie in my ear and causing me all these problems, and he just wouldn't stop talking to me. Because there's too many text messages on this right side of the screen for just that bullshit to come up now. So I can't really respect that narrative now. But the initial narrative you was painting, that's a pretty good one. It's pretty good. It's pretty fucking good. But February 2nd, 2025, and you calling a nigga love. But in December, I'm just saying. Shit looking a little...
Don't let these people find out you're not black. And I said, I am. Fuck you mean? Clearly joking. I'm clearly not black, right? You're a character, I'll tell you that. Oh, baby, what you thinking? Good, good, really funny, right? So again, February 2nd, clearly no harassment, clearly not the picture she's painted, because she's saying, oh, from 8 months, so this is from December, oh, you've been harassing me. Not true, bitch, right?
My brother, I know we are upset. We cannot use this language. You will instantly have these people turn off. Like, it's like Bouncer in his video with ZZ Mills. It was like, I got so much respect for ZZ Mills. She actually helped me, did da. But you know, ZZ, you're a weirdo too. It's like, why? You were using such good language and you just decide to use such divisive and combative language with the person. You can't do that. You must measure your words.
February 5th, she tried to call me in the top right, you see, and she said, bruh, underneath, because I couldn't talk. Can I say her and her friendship group look like the rep for the KKK or no? Is she black? And then I said, can you add me on Discord so I can call you real quick? My headphones are dead, but I'm feeling no bueno. Hello? Hey, Discord? Heart? Do you not read my messages? Oh, send it, right? And I said, so then we... Do you not...
This again, she's trying to make you look bad. Why are we not discussing further? Can I say her and her friendship group look like the rep for KKK? Who are we discussing? Who on the platform? Is it Shar? Is it motherfucking Shorty that she lost to? I'm so sorry, I can't remember her name. I'm so sorry. I'm not even trying to be rude or funny. I just can't remember her name right now. She's no longer on the platform as well. Are we talking about these two people? Somebody else that you guys have a conversation with? Like, you're skipping. Like, we're not here to win points, but we are here to make sure that people know that, like, this person is not as innocent as they are presuming to present themselves. That's a wild statement to say. What are we saying? What are we doing? Why are we not addressing this?
Read my messages? Oh, send it, right? And I said, so then we called on WhatsApp, because then the next group of messages are, and this is February 7th now, right? Discord. Shush, you need to accept my friend request. I did. Okay, can we Discord? Yeah. You see the time? You must be smoking heroin. What do you mean? Oh, right. So, again, normal messages, right? February 7th now. So this is 2.5 months after you've lied now. So you've lied multiple times. 2-week trial was a lie. Harassment's a lie into this amount of time. All of this is a lie, right? All you have got evidence of is me responding to your lies and defamation that you put out on your channel and on your TikTok about me, right? You're talking about my family and my...
All right. I need to... We'll do some researches on Google together real quick. In UK law, defamation is the umbrella term for the publication of false statements that causes or are likely to cause serious harm to a person's reputation. It is divided into 2 categories: libel, which is defamatory material in a permanent form like writing or online posts, or slander, which is spoken in defamation. So we are dealing with slander and libel, but overall, these are defamations. And based off of the receipts we have currently, and him not going through the rest of her slides quite yet, I don't know if he will, she seems to be making more defamatory statements than he has, and that's just, hey, I'm a litigious person. I'm from America. I'm happy to go court. Let's go court. But how y'all do shit here may be different. Defamation is a permanent, lasting form. Examples: articles, newspapers, publications on website or social media, including tweets, Facebook posts, broadcasts on TV. Proof of harm with libel, you automatically entitled to compensation. Serious harm. That shit. Just the text messages alone and what she's posted, she's put herself in square middle for a libel case. Slander, defamation, definition. Defamation is transient form, primarily spoken words, examples, spoken statements or gestures. Proof of harm with slander, you must typically prove actual loss of damages to your reputation unless the statements fall into a category that is actionable per se, where harm is presumed. Key differences and considerations: permanence, libel is permanent because it's written and all that good shit. Proof, libel claims are easier to prove because there are things that are long-term, social media. That social media are generally considered liable because they're permanent. Defamation Act 2013, this is primarily law governing defamation. Wales, it requires the statement has caused or likely to cause serious limitation period. There's a 1-year limitation period to bring defamation claims starting from the date of the statement's publication. So as of November 4th until November 4th, 2026, if the man want to go court based off of what I'm seeing right now, just the date ranges, we can see that they clearly refute each other in a court case. Hey, public opinion be what it be. Nigga, this is why Johnny Depp went court. Because you saying some shit publicly, making a nigga look bad. And now Kandi don't get no more battles. People stop fucking with this nigga. I could prove that there has been harm to my reputation. And yeah, you could try and bring up what I've said in these battles to fucking Prin Lee and all that shit. But that holds no bearing because I wasn't saying that shit was harming my reputation or preventing me from gaining any access forward. I'm saying the shit you were saying. So bringing that into court, that's the shit that your lawyer is not going to use. So I'm just telling you, as a person who I've gone to court multiple times against multiple corporations from Fox, Disney, ABC, fucking these niggas, when we get to court, it's from a very particular window, and what is admissible in court and what is admissible in court for your arguments will be only your conversation threads. And primarily the judge here, especially with them fucking wig niggas that you guys have, they will lock you into the fucking statements that you've said. You don't get to bring other character statements because that's not why you're in court. It doesn't matter. It's not what he's bringing up. You have to defend the shit you were saying out loud on your fucking Instagram. And currently, you are putting yourself in some very hot water if this nigga want to go to court. Just based off of your shit. Just based off of the shit you said out loud.
My friend who died, let's ask, where's your dad, Kusha? Because I have... You put out on your channel and on your TikTok about me, right? You're talking about my family and my friend who died. Let's ask, where's your dad, Kusha? Because I have it on very good information because you told me that he's in prison for some really bad pedophile type stuff, right? Same with his best friend. So what's going on? What's going on? You want to check my family? You want to check me?
Ah. I'm so glad I'm in a healthy relationship and I've kept my ass inside this house making these YouTube videos and I just make my music to stay the fuck out the way. Cause fuck, I would hate to actually have to deal with this shit. Cause this nigga, my nigga, you are not fighting this war just person to person. You're fighting this war online. And there's just women that are going to hate you from you just bringing this shit up. There's gonna be niggas that hate you as well. But like the way that you're doing it, you gotta do it with just I'm dropping facts, not I'm dropping a nuclear bomb. And I know what you are, but what am I? This is
in prison for some really bad pedophile type stuff, right? Same with his best friend. So what's going on? What's going on? You want to check my family? You want to check me? Check yourself, right? Check your damn self, bitch, right?
No, you just say the call is coming from inside the house and move on. Fuck.
Don't come for me, right? Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Now, March. Now, this is important. March 2nd, 2025. So, 4.5 months after she said I'm harassing her, she's sending me tickets. You'll see the screen. I don't have to show it. She's sending me tickets to the pen game event. So you don't want me there, but you're sending me tickets. You're scared to see me. I'm harassing you. I'm threatening you, but she's sending me tickets. Right now, right? That's that address. Now people are going to be saying, "Well, Kandi, what's this stuff about money then? What are you talking about money?" Right? We're going to play all the voice notes, but the ones we're going to play first are about money, right?
Also, I just accidentally used your card at the chicken shop because they both have the same cases. But yeah, I just wanted to let you know. It was £3, by the way. I used your card in Tesco, by the way. And that wasn't why I asked for money. I asked for money on my account because I needed to order something. But it's okay. I will ask someone else.
She's asking me for money.
I just also, whenever we do get the CUCHA response video, let's not allow the response of the amount of money being something that matters. It's the fact that you spent or asked for money at all is showing a contrary statement to what you were trying to paint as the narrative. It doesn't matter if it was £3 accidental because it was on different cases. Oh, I used it at this place. Da 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 da. Oh, I asked you for this because I needed to pay for something. It's the fact that the question was asked at all. So there's no, oh, just say you're broke if that, or oh, it's just £3. I'm not hearing none of that. Clearly, we're having a different dynamic with this person than that you have painted. And if this was until March, because if he doesn't show the rest of the screenshots, then I'm gonna pause it and send over the video I took yesterday of all her stories, so we can actually go through all of these things, so I can see the date ranges, because I want to make sure that if everything he's saying is up until March, and then from April, May, she's been saying what she's saying online about him, and then now we have what we have right now. Cool, that's whatever. But it's definitely showing a different story than what was presented.
Constantly. That's only 2, 3, 4 of the voice notes. I've got hundreds of voice notes like that, begging for money, begging for £5, £3, right? So I'm spending hundreds on taxis for her, everything else, right? She's coming late to mine every time. I'm getting her taxis, right? She's rinsing my card and whatever, and I was stupid. I'm thinking, oh, this, she likes me, da 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 da. I'm cool, what have you? You know what I mean? I'm gonna take this slow, da 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 da. Like,
gentlemen, if you get rinsed by a bird, but it was intrinsically in you, just naturally, you're a giver in these ways. My bird needs, I give it up. Perfectly fine. You are not a sucker. You're not a simp. There's nothing wrong with that. That's what you're supposed to do. But do not take that out on the next person you get with, because then you are changing who you naturally are because somebody took advantage of that. And that's wherein lies the problem. Because you feel like you were taking advantage of, you now want to take it out on the next person. You're actually going against your actual nature. This is where it's like, cool, if you feel like this, if somebody takes advantage of that, look down on that person, because you're a good person and you were taken advantage of. You should not change who you are naturally just because somebody does not know how to naturally accept that and treat that with care. So that's what I will say for these situations. Don't get caught up in the whole, oh, like she took advantage of me, next girl's not going to get the chance. It's like, no, it's not how that works. That person was bad. Maybe the next person you'll get with will be good. Maybe they won't be. But eventually you'll get with the person that will treat you as you need to be treated. And you can continue to be who you are. And you don't need to change because people don't know how to act.
Cool, right? And then after, she's come out and said, look, I never did a thing with Kandi. It was only a 2-week trial. Started making up these lies about me. Harassed me. He was weird. Right? And it's like, look, I don't mind you being salty. Be salty. You lost me. Be salty. Okay, and now play the one about the timeline and her finding out about other girls.
But then again, that's your fault, because no one said to go live in South London, did they? No. You could have picked anywhere else, but that's fine. Be selfish. You said you were going to call me back when you washed your face, but did you? No. Last time I checked, washing your face does not take 2 hours.
Hold on real quick. Get my video. I don't know if we're going to... All right. Got my shit pulled up.
Selfish. You said you were going to call me back when you washed your face, but did you? No. Last time I checked, washing your face does not take 2 hours. And I'm sure it goes without saying, don't ever talk to me again. You can't really suck my dick. Anyway, nah. And now that I've done the maths, like, wow, you really think you're slick. But it's already 2. So if I was to come, I'd literally be with you for, like, not that long. But, yeah. And then it makes sense, though, because if you think about it, all the times I've gone to yours, it's been when it was late. So there's no cars, no traffic, no anything. And even then, it takes quite long.
Mental, right? Fucking mental, right? Absolutely insane. So, as you can see, she started maliciously lying when she found out, oh, the timeline doesn't match up, don't talk to me again, right? But then continue to message me, continue to have me on all social medias, right? Trying to get clout off of me. Because I've waited, right? I'm watching to see who's doing what, who's posting what. So any of you, man, who've been supporting her, don't come chat.
Hold on. Alright, sorry about that. What called me? Alright, so we got what? It'll be a little bit longer than I thought it was gonna be. So we got a minute and a half. That nigga's for sure not gonna show the rest. And again, like I said, I just gotta show all the facts and details. So we have up until March, based off of what this man has said, that everything was copacetic. Let's see how wide of a timeline she's presented. Because if she don't present nothing outside of March, I'm not saying take Shorty to court, but like, if it was me and this was America and those are the rules and that's libel and I got evidence to show otherwise, we're going court. I don't care. Call me a bitch. Call me whatever. You're not going to say what you want out loud, paint a narrative, and I got verifiable facts to refute that? We go court. I need my peace. Fuck do you mean? Do not play with me. The fuck? Bitch, hit me with a car. Put me in a wheelchair for 8 months. I got paid. Don't fuck play with me. When I say it's time to go court, trust me, I'm not sending you to court for nothing. I'm just telling you, some niggas don't like to do that because niggas gonna call them bitches. I'd rather have clear my name like Johnny Depp than for a motherfucker to be out here talking to me crazy. And I got proof refuting that.
To me, who's posting what? So any of you, man, who've been supporting her, don't come chat to me, you fucking idiots. Don't chat to man. And if you come up and chat to me, it's gonna be a real problem, you know. We're gonna have a real issue. I'm not gonna be no Candy from Pen Game that you've ever seen, right? Any of you guys who've been trying to, you know, dick ride this and trying to push this agenda against me, now you've seen you're wrong. Now you've seen she's lying, right? I want formal apologies before we have any contact with each other. Also,
that's fair. If I didn't know this information before and I was riding Team Shorty, I get new information. I need to be as vocal with my support as I do with my retraction and my apology. If you can't do that, you's a hoe ass nigga. Because I jumped out the window on some nigga on one of these battles, and then niggas just like, he talked about something in the battle. Instantly. That's the case, I'm a fucking dumb cunt. I'm sorry. I fucked up. I apologize. I was in the wrong. You should be happy to say you're wrong. It's called accountability, my brothers and sisters and people of the world. Accountability is a weapon you can use because it helps de-escalate and it shows people you're not a dickhead. Just use it.
I want to say, yeah? Big shout out to Passive. Big shout out to Dommy Dusk. Big shout out to Journalist. Big shout out to fucking JC. Big shout out to the peoples, the real peoples, who stuck by me when this was happening. Big up to you, man. I will never forget you, you know. I'll never forget. Big up to Drill UK. Big up to MB from Drill UK. Big up to him. I'll never forget you, man. I'll never ever let it.
Also, I just want to call out Shadeborough, them cunts. Make sure you cover both sides of this story on Shadeborough. Don't just post Shorty shit. So, like, you gotta be impartial. It's cool to make your money and be messy. I'm a messy individual. This is messy me covering this. But I'm making sure I do the due diligence. And I'm showing that both sides. Because not like, what? No.
You know, you're good with me for life. You know that. I'll never let this go. You've done really... I can't even say how grateful I am to you, man. You stuck your neck out for me. And, you know, now, obviously, it's paid off because I'm clearly telling the truth. But, yeah, I really appreciate you, man. So, yeah, come on. I'm out. Big up to Candy. Way.
All right. I'm just being real nigga. I'm doing as much as if I'm ever in a situation like this and I feel like I'm being maligned and my character is being called into question. I just hope a nigga with a little bit louder of a voice or a little bit more reach or whatever is willing to take 5 minutes and be like, let's just look at the facts like adults. And let's just do that. So now what we got to do to be adults is we got to see the timeline Shorty was putting on the table. So this is the video I took of CUCHA's Instagram. Right? Hold on real quick. I ain't trying to dox my baby. All right. Let's get into it. They're having to load or something. What's All right, so December 2024. That nigga saying some wild shit. That good morning, my size chicken dipper. That shit crazy. I don't know what kind of chat that is. I die on that hill. I die on that hill. I turned never. She was obsessed. Looked like y'all was really liking each other at a certain point. Next, they look crazy. Bare messages. This is I gotta be fair. I gotta be fair. The Auschwitz thing was wild, my nigga. It was wild. That was wild. And this is November 30th. So November 29th, November 30th of last year. It's not this year. It's November 30th of last year. So this is a month before she painted the narrative of him being like crazy with who. Still November 30th. This freaky ass nigga. This freaky ass nigga shit right here. I don't know why you sending that one. But hey, if niggas can see my text message chats, like I don't remember who came up with this concept. It was a comedy skit, but like if you could see the text message threads that your man them is sending to his bird or to the girls he's chatting to, we would be all disappointed with our homeboys. We would all be disappointed. I promise you. I promise you. So I can see dates. When is this? All right, so this is March, and we've got on his timeline. March is when things begin to completely deteriorate between the two. So, what is the timeline he has on his March shits, and then what this March 17th of March is what she's saying. See, this is a distraction. This is a distraction, and I'm not saying that this nigga's okay for the things he's saying. It's wild, wild, my nigga. Like we need better language, and we can't be talking about these women like this. Like it's just it's not conducive to the argument, and now we also have receipts to paint you in a bad light. This is why we don't do this type of shit. But this is a distraction because she's not saying that this is harassment. She's just trying to show that see that this man is bad. He talks about women like this in private, while also you're continuing to have a conversation with the person that speaks like this. I'm just saying. Could have blocked the nigga if you didn't want to have any of these conversations anymore. When is this though? Incest. So again, look at these dates. This is in February. This is in February. He showed us messages from her in February on the 7th. So this is 5 days after the last messages that he sent from her where she was telling him love and all these other things. It's about Tommy from Peaky Blinders explains why you looking at me. So yeah. So February shit was copacetic. Anyway, like this is where it's like you gotta be more detailed with your if you're gonna paint the nigga in a really crazy light, you can't use these messages and not use them in sequential order because they don't fit the narrative you'd like. But when you cherry pick them and then dot them about and paint the story on your story how you want, that nigga was looking crazy, wasn't he? But we have messages from this time period that shows that the communication between them definitely was of a different energy. Three-minute voice call. Baby, yo, why do you think you're actually been feeling really shit, babes? Da, 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 da. Does it seem like you're calling him out for anything in this thing? Like, again, the narrative you want to paint with this screenshot is you're telling us that you're calling him out for shit, but suddenly some shit's going on with the nigga. From what the screenshot shows, he's going through some shit, being honest with you, and now you're turning that into you called him out for something, and now he's a weirdo for it. And that isn't a quarter of it. Now let's get into the harassment, which stemmed from cutting ties with him and asking to be left alone. He'd also voiced to me that if I was to speak out publicly, that he would end my career. So let's see how this plays out. Was this actually something that was true, or is she taking a page out of old girl's book that put the alleged grape case on my man's, but didn't actually do it? What's her name? Victoria something or something like that. And she was like, "Oh, well, this nigga said this about me." It's like based off of what we found out, and you didn't. That nigga ain't do nothing. You just robbed him because you didn't like the split you was getting from the business, and you changed the dynamic. So where is then? This is also he's voiced this to me, so it's not you can't prove that he said these things. It's just shit that he said. Just like we can't prove the shit that he's saying that you two spoke about directly offline. That nobody has a fucking text message to screenshot. Like you're having this wanting to believe you, but both of your cases are quite shaky. The shit he's saying is a little flagrant, but he's showing more direct and in line timelines of what was said and when was said, versus your timelines are back and forth, and directly contradict the text messages you were sending at a particular time. Is that it? Okay, yeah, that's it. All right. Eyes from the Zen battle. As I gotta say, how the evidence that she has presented so far, he has directly responded to and does seem less crazy. Are the individual statements in there, like the will you come to court if I pop my mom thing? That's wild and wicked. Why are we even asking those questions? The continual like hit up multiple times seems to be a normal thing that they have in their relationships because she's done the same thing inside of text message threads with him. So it doesn't seem as aggressive, but I also don't communicate that way in text message. So it just seems a little bit extra to me. But based off of the timeline presented up until March, shit was copacetic. But she's saying from March to or from December of 2024 to March of 2025, that's he was stalking me, doing all this extra shit. Based off of what we can see, I can't believe that full narrative of it. If that's not a quarter of it, I'm going to need the other 83% of evidence you have on this person and give it to us unfiltered and unadulterated, because I don't want this whole let me cherry pick so I can show you the ideas of what I have to say. I want to show you the full thing. That's exactly how it needs to be done, so I can make my own decisions, and you can't tell me who you want me to believe you to be. I can decide that you are who you are saying you're trying to be because you're willing to be as transparent with the information that you have. That's the whole way I've tried to present this information today. Is I've only gotten a certain amount of information, this person speaking to me, from Ambu speaking to me, and then also what she put on her fucking thing. And based off of that information and showing you all the information as clear as I can, it don't look like my nigga's as crazy as it seems. But it also doesn't go with the narrative that they're trying to paint him as well. And hey, call it how you call it, But this is the best way I can present this information to you. If you guys would like to discuss further in the comment section, you made it to the end of this video, shout out to you. Much appreciated. But yeah, that's it for me. Please hit that like, subscribe, Patreon, all that. As soon as we get more information, I'll be sure to follow up. But until then, I'm calling this a fugazi and not a witch hunt, but she definitely tried it. She definitely tried it. Because that was some convincing shit. Because before I got the other information and the other text messages in the conversation, that nigga look a little goofy. Not even a little goofy. He look a whole goofy. But I'll let y'all watch this video and we'll discuss in the comments. But yeah, I'll see you guys on the next one. I'm out of here. I'm not even about to play my song. Like, I typically end my videos now with my song. I can't even do it. It's too mature of a topic. Let's just be adults. I'll see you guys on the next one. I'm out of here.